Hi, my name's Rory Callahan, and welcome to Tip Six of the Conscious Enterprise Health Entrepreneur Tips. And the first five tips were very much about going internally before we can influence our external reality. And we looked at self-care, filling your own cup, serving from overflow, that internal compass and alignment. We looked about leading, living, and loving ourselves and others, leading from the front, leading from behind. So this one. This next five steps is really about the conscious enterprise tips and how we can, have a bigger impact in the world. And this tip number six is about personal flow. So personal flow. What I want to really tune into the fact is that money is energy. 95+% of money these days is just numbers on a screen. It's an energetic currency. We use gold bars. We use money. We used to use labor as our primary source of work and exchange things like gold coins and precious metals and things like that. And it's kind of evolved to the point now it's this digital economy, and we got blockchain and cryptocurrencies and things like that. But essentially what we're doing is we're determining what an hour of our time is worth for the labor or the problem that we solve for others, and they're exchanging that. And I guess the thing is, when we come to mastering personal flow, we're already working, we're already doing things that are solving problems for other people or for ourselves. And we gathering this energy, which is money. And most of us can't even manage our own personal flow with our own personal finances, let alone the flow of a business or a conscious enterprise, or paying other people and helping them manage their flow. So this point was really important for me because my mum is a giver, and she showed me what you could do with $500 a week and two kids. And it's beautiful that anybody can survive and basically meet our seven human needs, like food, water, shelter, etc. But it's pretty hard to go beyond that if we can't make sure our own front doorstep is well managed. We don't cut our cloth to suit our own needs and means. And as an example, when I was living in Australia, my living cost per week were probably $1,000 a week for the lifestyle that I was living. Being based in Bali, my living expenses could be between $300 to $400 to $500 a week. All I needed is a surfboard, some food, a roof over my head, and a little bit extra to go and to live and hang out with friends, right? So, but anything beyond that sort of $500 a week is now the abundance of energy that I can use to self-fund launching the book that's coming up, Self-Care. It might be creating the platform. It might be contributing and sharing and giving to the causes that are really meaningful to me. But the point is, if we can't figure out what that breathing space number is, then we can't really do much else. And if we can't manage our own breathing space, then we live in stress. So that reduces our breathing space and makes us hyperventilate. And then obviously, we can't really do anything if we're so focused on looking after ourselves and surviving. So just ask yourself, what is your breathing space number? How much do you need just to cover food, water, shelter, basic human needs? For me, like I said, in Bali, it's $500. For, if you're like my brother and he's got, a wife and two kids, the number's going to be higher, right? So we need more energy to serve more people. But also we can accumulate and share our personal resources as well, so that we can offset that as well. So think about, what is your breathing space number? And two, ask yourself, are you living in scarcity or abundance? Are you living beyond your means? So you might make $500 a week, but you spend $700 a week. There's some really cool apps that you can use. There's one called Pocketbook that I use. All your banks will have a little app that'll help you see what comes in and what goes out. If you've got credit cards, you're probably living beyond your means because you're using someone else's money to buy stuff. So just start to think, are you living in the green or are you living in the red? And then from there, start to look at, okay, if you do run a conscious enterprise, how are you managing that? Is that running in the green or is that running in the red? Because I've seen businesses come into the entrepreneur resorts and they might be turning over $10 million or $15 million, but they're running at $16 million in expenses, and they're going $1 million in debt for each year. Even though on the surface, they look like they're a big or small, medium, large enterprise, the truth of the matter is they're only just surviving, right? So just understand, guys, if we can manage our own personal flow, our own personal energy, money is just energy transacting through us so that we can contribute it elsewhere, then we can manage a conscious enterprise. We can then manage the energy of the future vision and everything else that we're going to do. So if you have any ideas on this, please feel free to reach out. So, some books that have helped me: The Barefoot Investor is a great one. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, T. Harv Eker, Millionaire Mind, Roger Hamilton's Millionaire Master Plan. All these things are just about money mindsets and shifting from scarcity to abundance, and also learning to get that flow through our life and make sure that we manage it within our means. And then whatever extra we have, we can then give that to the world. And if we want to have a big impact, we might contribute. And rather than trying to dig in the desert and trying to find flow in the desert, We go find people who have a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of networks, and we work with them to redirect their flow into our bank accounts so that we can then have a bigger impact together. All right. Peace out, guys.